Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first installment of the Disney Cast. I am MrGamesendy, and today I am joined by pretty Princess Kitty, Lucas Bolton, Tunisian King, Ratchet 5, aka Cotote, Danta Fanta, and Kolapro. How is everyone today?
Not
Hello,
bad.
Connor.
Yeah, good.
I'm
Good
good.
Hey, Connor. I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, glad to be here.
Fantastic, guys, fantastic. Right, so here we are. We are here with a brand new tournament, Disney tournament. A Disney tournament. This has not been seen for a long number of years. I believe the last Disney tournament we had was back in 2012. Good few years ago now. Now, this is an idea that I believe was spun by you, TK.
Yeah, it was actually mine and Lucas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we were
So
thinking of doing a tournament, and we didn't know what games to do, and then we decided to go for Disney because Disney games are really good. A lot of people like Disney. A lot of people enjoyed playing Disney when they were young, and like you said, we didn't have a Disney tournament for years.
the thing is, TK and I were on the same wavelength because at the time we were both actually playing a few Disney games, and we thought, oh, why don't we
Yeah.
do something with this? Bring it back to the forefront, see what interest it gets. And it's been a lot more popularly received than I ever expected it to be, and yeah, here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And interesting fact for the viewers at home, we actually got most of our people through Discord and by true messaging. We did do a wee information video, and no Ratchet 5
Yeah.
uploaded that, but mainly like the competitors that we have gotten in this tournament have been have signed up pretty much through being told about the server and then like expressing their own interest. We didn't really go for a sign up video like other tournaments have done.
It was mostly just word of mouth. I think my sign up video,
Yeah.
it maybe got like a couple of people to know about it, but yeah, like almost everybody was signed up before I even uploaded that.
It was mainly DMs. Mainly
Yeah,
DMs.
Mainly DMs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was an unprecedented way of getting people to sign up. Normally, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's usually we would do like a sign up video, but then like especially in the last couple of tournaments that we've done, especially this year, that it really has been kind of word of mouth. So here we are, once again with the Disney Dash tournament, and before anything, we actually did some seeds actually, and I know you Ratchet 5 are a big component of the seeding and having them in tournaments.
Yeah, so I think TK and I think some other people were like, yeah, we're gonna do seeding, and I'm like, great, that sounds good, that sounds fun, because I thought it would be a good way to get people to play the mandatory games before the tournament starts, and I think the seeding went really well. I think there was a lot of entries from all 6 mandatory games. I think people got a lot more familiarized, and also people kind of learnt a little bit about each other's skill in the various games. I think like some games like 102 Dalmatians, like I don't know, like Luca went from barely playing that game to like having like a really really good time and being really good at it very quickly. So it was good for that, and it was also pretty amusing in the last day or two where like lots of like videos were uploaded, and in the case of 2 people, in the last 10 minutes there was 2 races posted.
Yeah.
So yeah, TK,
Yeah,
you
literally,
can talk about that.
Ratchet,
because-
Ratchet 5 sniped Crystal Fisher like in the last 2 minutes, and he got better time than him by 2 seconds, guys. Like knocking him out to tier 3 by 2 seconds.
I know it was
And- Yeah.
pretty scummy. Like I'll be honest, but I couldn't do any better than that, so that's why.
Yeah, here's another thing. 10 days ago, I told Danta Fanta uploaded his video, like his Tarzan video. It was like, hey dude, yeah, you're tier 1, but you're not gonna be there for long. Because I already have a good time in Tarzan, and you'll see. And then, I was sitting in the seeding chat with the guys saying like, there's 1 minute remaining, 20 seconds to go, 10 seconds. I uploaded my final seed video, and then we called it out. It was really fun.
No chance of improving at that
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
In my defense, I had been saying for weeks, like, people can very easily beat this time. Please beat it. I shouldn't be
I
saying
agree.
one.
Yeah, I agree.
I think as well with the seeding as well, it definitely added great excitement.
Yeah.
Even the
I did.
last couple of hours, like when you think, oh, like especially there's one competitor we'll talk about when we're looking at groups now. He just came from nowhere and just managed to get tier 1, which straight away basically asked the question, okay, is this time going to be improved? Is someone going to get sniped, or is this going to be how it goes? And I definitely think it definitely added excitement, but also kind of got people like used to the games. It gave them an excuse to play the games, and it got them more upbeat for the tournament.
And MTB did the
Yeah.
typical thing again, where he said almost nothing in the chat, and then in the last couple of hours posted his seed time. So I appreciate that once again, MTB.
It's the classic thing of when you do these seeds, like you want the goals to not be too long because you don't really want to burn people out before the tournament starts. So we tried to make it like where you could roughly get 10 minutes even if you weren't great. Once I think was probably the longest one, but I guess that still worked in the end because it got people interested in playing that actually.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Actually, I think probably this might be a good time to talk about how you guys came to the deliberation about mandatory games. Because
Oh yeah.
it's very specific that we picked those specific 6 games, but what was the rationale behind that?
My general thought process was kind of to, I mean, like I know like not everyone's played every Disney game, so I tried to pick out ones I thought were kind of in line with what most people would have heard of as a kid at least, or maybe played, or maybe a friend's house, or maybe they owned it, maybe they rented it. So Toy Story 2 and Bugs Life were the first two that I thought of because those two games
Yeah.
like they have like
Everyone.
resonance, when people have played them, and on PS1, like in my opinion, like they were actually quite major titles for the console back then, even though some of them did, some of the other Disney games maybe went unnoticed. Those two definitely stick out the most because they were Traveller's Tales developed, and that was I think that was a pretty core point in for those two games. The others, 102 Dalmatians, well,
That one almost didn't make it, I think.
Yeah, that
we
that
didn't
one almost
talk
didn't
about
make it, but we decided like because it got quite popular in this server very quickly, and it had like elements of Spiral, which obviously a lot of people in our community obviously started off speedrunning Spiral. To be honest, like it was a no-brainer that one had to be part of the mandatory games.
I think it's possibly one of the most underrated games on the PS1. Maybe I'm just saying that
yeah,
because I like
I
Spyro
agree.
so much.
I
It's a
agree.
it's a gorgeous looking game actually. Like I'm surprised it, like that this might be one of the few times it gets the spotlight in this tournament, and I'm very glad about that actually.
And as a little fun fact, it was Lilo and Stitch was originally going to be in the seeds, and that's what Dalmatians replaced because we realised we have basically had 2 Crash clones in there.
Yeah, I think Lilo and Stitch, I think would be, in my opinion, would be like a close like 7th place in terms of the things. But yeah, it's another Crash clone. We already have Donald Duck, and I think Donald Duck's a better game to be honest.
About Donald Duck, I think like before the tournament, like when we were during ISGP2, Lucas and I did a race in Quack Attack, just for fun, and then realized that it's a great game and that a lot of people can really get into it. It can be really fun to speedrun.
Another thing as well, like because like he's basically a central like Disney character, like again, like
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that makes it kind of like gives it more credence as to why that should be part of the mandatory games.
Fun
well.
fact about Quack Attack in the original Disney tournament back in Spirit 7 to 2012. Quack Attack, there was not a single race of that game in the entire tournament for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, it's just
there wasn't actually.
Yeah, nobody kind of like considered it at the time for some reason. I mean, it existed, but like nobody thought about it. Yeah, so I'm glad it's a mandatory game to kind of like appease for that for us completely forgetting it back then.
I'm very glad. It has a charm to it that like other Disney games don't have. I think it falls very much into that sort of thing, like the old Mickey Mouse cartoons as well, and out of every single one of them, so it's quite quintessential. Tarzan,
yeah.
Tarzan spawned from. Well, that one's probably the most interesting of the bunch because that game is actually a 2D game. It's not even 3D like the others are. But again, like it came out during that time where like Disney was probably just about to move on to doing more 3D stuff. So it was one of the last 2D films, and that game's art style like really reflects that time period really nicely. I know not everyone
Lot of
played it as a
nostalgia.
kid. Not everyone played it as a kid, but I can guarantee like more people have played that game as a kid than probably say Mickey Mania, which was like quite an obscure PS1 game.
I think
So,
I
yeah.
was
Tarzan
one,
has a
I was
lot
one
of
of the people.
nostalgia.
I was one of the people who pushed pretty
Yep.
hard for Tarzan because I have a lot of good memories for that game.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
same.
too, actually.
It's a challenging game as well.
Yeah, it does kind of stick out against the rest of the games because, as you said, it's 2D and it's also quite challenging. But I'm glad it got chosen as a mandatory game.
Also, the graphics in it are not bad. They reflect like every level reflects a scene in the movie.
Yeah,
The soundtracks are great.
Soundtrack is best.
it's amazing.
Oh yeah,
Definitely
Yeah.
agree with that. Monsters Inc.
Yeah, well, if you look back at like some old Spyro speedruns, Rash would more know about this than I would, but there was definitely a tradition of speedrunning that game, especially on Spyro speedruns, like especially back even years before IS7 happened. Like it was definitely a common game that was definitely raced on the
Monsters
channel.
Inc. is like the OG Disney game that everyone loved racing in or playing in general. So yeah, great game. I'm looking forward to playing that. I don't think I've actually touched it yet so far. I didn't do any seeds for it, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, again, like Pixar trilogy sort of thing. It makes it like very appealing
Yeah,
to have that.
it's a bit
part
of an
the management
over-representation of Pixar games in the mandatory games, but they're all good games.
I mean, Pixar games are really great.
Yeah. There's only one
I
Disney
think-
movie game
yeah.
that's Tarzan out of the 6.
At one point, I thought of putting Lion King there, even though it's not the greatest game, but just because we got a lot of nostalgia with Lion King.
I think.
I mean,
yeah.
Atlantis here is a Disney movie game.
That's
It
right.
is.
Yeah, there's I mean we have 9 encouraged games and I think they're all pretty good as well. But I think 6 mandatory is good because it means that there's like a bit of like a small scope that people have to learn if they want to get good in the tournament. They don't have to play 10 different games. And it worked really well
That's
for the
right.
seeds too in terms of having 1 game per group. Yeah.
We didn't want to overwhelm people. We wanted like a bit of more of a choice,
I think the mandatory list is very good. It's got a good mixture of games that everyone knows, and then games that people have a good balance in where they might have played it, but they can pick them up.
I thought it was a really good list.
And also, just for viewers as well, we have a list of encouraged games, which you'll also be seeing throughout round 1. So competitors will have an option between mandatory games and encouraged games. So you have like Lilo and Stitch, Aladdin, Mickey Mouse, etc., those kind of things. So we're now going to move on to the 6 groups that we have for this tournament. But before that, sorry, the draw video that everyone I'm sure is seeing at this stage.
Oh yeah, the draw video.
The draw is epic.
It was a great draw. Amazing. I loved it.
You
I
truly
love
need
the
to watch
idea.
it if you haven't already.
It was very unique. Yeah, it was a very unique approach.
Yeah, really great idea from Danta there.
Props to our man Danta. Fair play to you, boy. So yeah, the groups officially. So we're going to start with Group A, and this had Tier 1 seed Kolapro, Tier 2 seed myself, MrGamesendy, Tier 3 seed EP, and then Tier 4 seeds of Alice Clark and Nintendo Gen 64.
All right.
What do you think when you meet
I'm gonna go ask both of you guys first, like Kolapro and Gamesendy. What are your thoughts on your group?
I don't think you can call it Group AZ like ISGT.
No, definitely not. Like, well, first of all, you two are like of a good caliber in gaming, so that in itself means that you can't really call it easy. Like the only easy competitor in it would be EP, probably. Actually,
Yeah,
Shots
it's
fired.
also got Angus in it,
Shots fired.
who is probably the I'd say the best unseeded person in the tournament. I mean, it depends how hard he tries,
I agree.
but like
I
he
agree.
didn't do a seed, but he's he's pretty decent at Disney games, at least some of them. So I think that's what prevents the group from being Group AZ, in my
You
opinion.
guys should watch out for him.
I think that probably Cola is going to top his group, followed by GameSendy and then Angus. That's my bet.
I can see that being a likely option. Yeah.
I just want to add on to what Ratchet said. Yeah, Angus is pretty decent at Toy Story 2, so I think that'll probably help him in his group.
He's had
For sure.
experience at the other games too. Like he's definitely played like I think he's played Lion King, but he's also played like Lilo and Stitch and some of the others. So he's not.
Which is definitely valuable experience to have
Yeah, that's right.
in this tournament. Yeah.
Well, I think my group, the people in my group are one of the people that I never draw with. So, like, we're in the same tournament, but we never draw with them. So, it's gonna be interesting to play with someone new. For a
Oh
change.
yeah, new matches definitely.
That's one of the good things about these tournaments is like you get to you get to play against people you know and then people that you maybe didn't know before.
Yeah, it's funny because I never raced Angus but until ISGP 2, and now we're racing back-to-back tournaments. It's like after 9 years, we finally are in the same group, and now it's like 2 in a row.
It's like 2 tournaments that like are pretty interesting. Like ones, like Spyro's always been speedrun. Disney's like has had exposure in the past, and obviously like as Ratchet said, Angus has played a fair bit of Disney, so. In that sense, like it's going to be more interesting actually to see this match with Angus. Yourself.
Yeah. I do think the group is balanced. On paper, it is probably between me, Cole, and Angus. Basically on paper, but you don't know. Like EP could just come out of nowhere, or the same. Like because we don't know what EP's like away from Monsters Inc. and we don't even know what Alice Clark is like in Disney in general. Like both of them could very easily I mean, me or Cole could easily beat Angus, but then very easily lose to one of them. So you won't really know until until afterwards, really.
I think Alice will be a bit of a unpredictable one, because if she puts her mind to it, she will do well. It just depends if she wants to do that or whether or not she just wants it to be a meme.
Yeah.
The approach can differ from person to person.
Here, moving on to Group B, which features Tier 1 Luca Frost and Tier 2 Lucas Bolton, Pretty Princess Kitty, Keyford, and Dr. Monkey Man.
That is a very interesting group actually.
So is Luca good at any game other than 102 Dalmatians, or is that it?
I
think Luca plays Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
It's unknown whether he's good at the other ones. He said he was decent at Donald Duck.
Yeah, Donald Duck.
No, he's decent. He did seeds for Donald Duck, but just managed to. I mean, I was just a bit faster than him. That's all.
Yeah, that's right. I never did the seed for Donald Duck, but if I had that, I actually might have gotten a really good time in it.
How about you, Lucas? Are you good at any of the Disney games apart from A Bug's Life?
Yes, I think I'm pretty decent at Toy Story 2. Actually, the mandatory games, like the only one I haven't played a whole lot of is actually 102 Dalmatians, actually. So that one will be a blind one for me. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing how I perform in those races in that game.
I think this whole group is a toss-up. I don't think there's anyone that really sticks out, to be honest. And I mean, it could just come down to like Luca if he tries. Like I think Lucas will get through.
I think Lucas will top his group definitely.
I don't know if he'll win his group, but he'll definitely get through to round 2, and then.
No, he'll win his group. I'm sure.
Luca is a.
I agree with Ratchet.
But yeah, this is definitely, I'd say, like a not as tough group as Group A personally.
Yeah, definitely not. I don't see Kiefer getting through. We have Pretty Princess Kitty in the call. They seem pretty decent. these the games I've seen being played so far. Toy Story 2. I think that might have been it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
but
think so. Yeah.
which is valuable to have, of course, as we say. And Doctor Monkey Man never played a Disney game before, so that's going to be interesting to see where that goes. You know,
I've not played. I mean, short of prior to this week, I haven't played any in over 10 years, so I'm coming in fairly blind here. But I've been playing
That
some
is-
of the
that's definitely something we're encouraging, like more people to come in blind, because it's interesting to get that raw reaction to older games in that sense as well. So we're very happy with the experience and the inexperienced players we've got.
So and also it also comes down to if people again end up playing meme games or not, because there's already a lot of people who are organizing to play kind of like a lot of just weird games they've never played before, kind of blind, and then obviously that would mean that even if you're good at certain Disney games, the mandatory games, it actually kind of doesn't matter. So I don't know, like I feel like Luca's is the kind of person that might end up doing that, just play some meme game or something. So yeah, this group is a complete surprise of who will end up getting through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Lucas is the safe bet, and then it's probably between Luca and whoever. Really, it's a toss up then for the second slot.
That's right. Yeah. I think so. I'm fairly confident I'll top the group, but we'll see. See how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Group
move on
C.
to. Sorry, go on. Yeah, it's Group C. We have Emperor Zerg, Dark Lizard, Charity Royale, Steph Hasky 27, and Meteora Girl. And also big congratulations to Meteora Girl on her wrestling title she won a few days ago.
Yeah.
Oh
win.
yeah. Good job, champion.
Congrats.
Congrats, Meteora. Get him.
Ratchet 5. Do you reckon Meteora Girl will do well? Would she add a Disney championship for a
she's
wrestling
got a-
championship?
I mean, she's in Gex as well, right? So she's got a lot on her plate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it also comes down to just if people are gonna are they gonna do a meme game with her? Are they gonna do a game where like they're not gonna practice and it's gonna be blind?
Right. They're gonna give her an easy time. Yeah. Right. Let's see. Like Morgan
I don't know.
and Charity.
I think
Those two can go either way.
yeah, Morgan will try to win. So will Charity. Both of them are like pretty much try hard. So I think that they're basically secure in first and second.
Yeah.
Dark Lizard kind of like has very little familiarity with Disney games, and
Apart from Donald Duck, yeah.
apart from
Yeah.
Donald Duck, that's right. So if he can maybe bully Stefanski and Meteora Girl to do Donald Duck, I think he'll
Here
surely
at
get
Disney
there.
Dash, we do not encourage bullying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying-
Even if he does bully both of them, he can't really race both of them in the same game.
That's right. I mean, I'm not saying he should. I'm just saying that like if that happens, like all right. But anyway, like this is going to be interesting though. This tournament or this round, I should say, round one. It's because the top four actually go through. It's just that if you get in the top two, you're going to have a much easier chance of getting further in the tournament than if you're third or fourth. So it really is important to be the first two. And I don't know. I don't see anyone knocking off Morgan and Charity for those places in that group.
I don't either. Like Morgan's kind of like putting on the front that he's not going to be taking this too seriously, but you never know. He's proven in the past he's taken tournament stuff seriously. So
Well,
and he was pretty damn
he
good at once
loses
linked. So
a race or two, he'll try to make up for it in the other races. I don't know. That's my impression. Like this is the first tournament he seems willing to like stick it out to the end since Atmosphere in a 10. So maybe because of that, I think that he will try a bit harder than he's leading on at the moment.
I mean, I hope he tries. I think Charity said something like he's gonna go blind. I honestly don't believe him. Like,
I
I
think
know-
he'll go blind for Jess, and then he'll take the rest seriously.
yeah, probably.
I don't even think he'll go blind for Jess, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Poor Charity getting the
Like,
shade.
like in Gex, Danta hadn't played the Game Boy Color game, and Charity still went and try-harded it anyway.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cheap, dude.
Charity hadn't played it either, though. That's the weirdest part.
I mean,
I'm gonna go. That's what I'm gonna go. Charity guy, Charity Royale, sorry, and Morgan to qualify. I think at the minute you would say on paper this is kind of like the group where you're kind of like, these two are going through.
How about the
Yeah,
epic
yeah,
rematch?
on paper it does.
How about the epic rematch
Russia?
between Stefanski and Meteor Girl? Who do you guys reckon's gonna top that one?
Oh, yeah, rematch.
I think if Meteor Girl has Angus on her side, then I think that she can do it. But otherwise, I don't know if she could do it by herself. To be honest, I'm not sure about her doing that by herself.
You totally don't know her or anything, Rash, in real life.
Nah.
What if Ratchet helps her win?
Yeah, what if Ratchet?
We have a. By the way, guys, we have a rule of no coaching your runners when they're racing.
Yeah, why are they
no.
racing? But
Hey,
No
when
coaching,
you're
but,
racing,
like,
you didn't say before the race.
yeah,
we
that's
can,
fine.
actually,
we don't.
Oh.
We never banned
That's
it.
why you're showing some strats.
We never banned it for like during leisure time or anything like that because you can't really moderate what people are doing during that time anyway.
But we
Yeah.
can certainly try.
Certainly try. Yeah.
There you go, yeah. So best of luck to everyone in Group C. Moving on to Group D, which I think is a very, very interesting group. Actually, we've got
This is my favorite.
we've
Same.
got Cookie Naval, we've got Marcus Terry Bedford, we've got Crystal Fisher, the IS7 Disney champion. We've got Spyro Jonathan, newcomer, and the one and only James Jones.
Yeah.
Rigged.
No, wait, that one?
Honestly, I'm hyped about this group.
There's a lot of interesting things that
It's
can happen here.
it's a very aesthetic group in my opinion. It all kind of fits together very nicely. This one.
Yeah,
Marcus and Jonathan, you got that, and Crystal Fisher, it's all really nice. It blends together
Crystal
really well.
Fisher is a massive James Jones stan. We all know that, and I think he's going to
And we've got the
feel very
the great
honoured to
man
be
in
able
the
to
group.
race him again.
I wonder will there be a race to eat Randall?
I think there might be some
I
eating
mean-
Randall up.
Crystal Fisher, James Jones, maybe.
we have newcomer to tournaments, Cookie Naval, who is proven to be very good at Toy Story 2
Yeah,
and has a very high
Oh.
chance of actually topping the group just on that basis, But don't know if he's good at any of the other games. That's still to be seen.
I think
I
that
so far have this. Sorry, go on, Ash. Sorry.
I just want
go
to
on.
say that MTB, we've underestimated him before. We've realised that we shouldn't do it. So for that, I think MTB might top this group personally.
Yeah, I'll just put my bit forward about Marcus. He's got experience with Toy Story 2 and Tarzan. It definitely helps his chances in this tournament for sure. And I think he will definitely put effort into the other ones that he hasn't played.
Yeah.
And actually pick them up quite easily.
Yeah, because the thing about Disney as well, compared to like Spyro and Crash, it is so much more easier to pick up than those games.
I mean, if Marcus isn't first in this group, he'll definitely be second, I think.
I think this is so far the tough group because you've got Cookie Naval, who's proved himself. You've got Crystal Fisher, who we all know, IS7 winner, IS tying grand finals. And we've got Marcus, who has proved himself quite well for a new speedrunner, and Jonathan does have experience as well, which I think people won't be aware of that.
Yeah.
Jonathan does actually have experience in Tarzan.
The interesting
and
thing
Toy
is
Story 2.
he's also got experience in Emperor's New Groove as well, which is a game that a lot of people know but maybe haven't played before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my prediction is that I'm going to go for Crystal Fisher, and I'll go between Marcus and Cookie. I think it could be a triple threat between Marcus, Cookie, and John, because I know Marcus will try. Cookie's proved himself, and I think Jonathan will try a good bit too.
I think
Quite
it's gonna be
interesting to
Fisher
see a triple
and
threat. Yeah.
Cookie, or
I think
I'm
MTB
gonna say
will top
Fisher and MTB.
I think MTB will top the group. Cookie Nail will be
Cookie
second,
and-
and Fisher will be third.
Cookie and Marcus.
I think that Fisher is going to play Toy Story 2 with Cookie Naval, and
He's going to, yeah.
I don't know if he'll be able to survive that. But if he does, I think he'll be second. MTB will win. MTB is very good.
yeah.
What do you reckon him and MTB would do, Andrew?
I would assume that they would do some kind of race which was quite serious. Like they wouldn't just do some meme race, MTB and Fissure.
So yeah, any more predictions, or are we satisfied with our predictions?
Yeah, does anyone want to say that James Jones is going to make it through? Anyone?
Yeah, James Jones will make it through if everyone underestimates him.
No, I think James Jones may make it to round 2, but not groups. Like he may be 3rd or 4th of his group. He has a really good chance there.
We shall move on to Group E, which has Tunisian King, Cotote, Ratu 5, Crosstown Express, Noel McDavid, and Smudgy.
Justice for Smudgy.
Okay, so I want to say something here. So during the draw, we had like 50-50 chance of me facing either Cotote or Danta Fanta, and it was Cotote that decided. And I think Cotote wanted to be in my group for some reason.
I did.
Yeah. Can't imagine why.
I can't imagine why. Yeah. With some of the trash talk that goes on,
it's just such a good meme, and I know that he would
really
race
good
in whatever
history.
dumb meme game that I wanted to. So I think at the moment we might be racing in Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, which is a game I've never played and I've never paid attention to until today. So
I'm gonna predict that'll be the match of this round, because that game is great meme material. First of all, it's extremely frustrating to play, and you two are very competitive, and I do think you'll try your hardest to actually be good in that game, and you'll see how truly awful it is based on that basis.
Look,
I'd say we're saving our match for last.
Look,
yeah.
All right, okay. So I've already kind of sorted out what games I'm going to do with everyone. Right. So for normal day, we're doing Milan interactive storybook.
Let's get down to business.
With Crosstown Express, we're doing Disney's Dinosaur for the PS1, and Smudgy, I hope to do Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour. And I'll tell you what, on every single race, I'm going to try the hardest I can. I'm going to practice the shit out of every single one of those games. I don't care. I'm going to practice the shit out of them, and then I'm going to try my hardest on the race. This, just because I'm doing meme games doesn't mean that I have to meme the meme games. So
I agree.
So for that reason, for that reason,
trial in the meme games.
I think I'm going to be first. TK is going to be second, and then third. Probably. I reckon Smudgy. I reckon Smudgy's going to put some effort in. And
so yeah, I think Noelle won't get through, but she'll enjoy her time in the round anyway, because it's not to be taken that seriously for the most part. As we say, all the approaches are welcome. We want a blend of serious and sort of carefree as well. Where we can get it. And let's see.
Dude, I'm gonna take it more serious than Crash Spire.
I think she might do better than Crosstown Express, but we'll see if that happens. Yeah.
I would love Noel to get to round 2. That would be But I think the safe bet here is definitely Ratu 5, because he did get to the IS7 final, and he got the IS Time final. Definitely is going to take it seriously.
The
so I think
bets are Ratchet and TK, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go Ratchet 1, TK 2.
Yeah. And I think there can be a shake-up there at any point. I actually can't say, one's better than the other, to be honest.
I mean, we're better than the other in some specific games.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's just quantifying it all. I think, to really see about that. That's the whole point of the tournament, right? Is to see how it's going to go. We don't know how it's going to go. That's the exciting part.
Exactly. I think
we just do pick'ems and predictions because it's quite interesting to see if we'll get it wrong or right.
Oh yeah,
exactly. I think the dark horse here is Smudgy.
Oh, Smudgy.
Oh, you never know. he's been in a tournament before, so he knows the format.
Yeah, I'm
That
sure. I'm
definitely
sure he
helps.
wants some revenge after he was the absolute injustice in the WCC2.
It is worth noting, Smudgy versus Crosstown Express, epic rematch right there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's right.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, we
We
got
got
a lot
a
of
rematch.
rematches. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
epic.
TK Cotote,
Epic.
TK Crosstown Express, Crosstown Express Smudgy. Yeah. This group means a lot of rematches.
Oh yeah, the group rematching.
Yeah.
So now we're going to move on to the final group, which is Group F, and we have Esta Blitzy. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Establitzi, nice. I love that.
We've got Danta Fanta, Skater 6453, Fromond, and finally Charm Sky.
This is going to be
Yeah.
some epic matches, in my opinion. Got some rematches with me
Danta
versus Skater and
Fanta
me versus
is
Fraser.
forced to race destabilizing Bugs Life. He doesn't have anything to say about this. He's forced.
No, screw you, we're playing Tigger.
So anybody that knows me knows that my arch nemesis is actually in this group. But
yeah.
anyone destabilize.
You mean Danta Fanta?
Yeah, I am your arch nemesis.
It was through me that I found out about this tournament. Even I
Yeah.
knew the risk, and yeah, what a risk I took. He has forced me to get better at that seeding goal that we did to a point I never thought I could even get that good at it.
Can we-
I
we
mean,
just-
it's
can we-
good that you have to have someone like him. Like, that's what I invited Abdul to
It
the
keeps you on your toes.
Can
Yeah.
we just not tell
Yeah.
Fraser that the guy is like a Bugs Life speedrunner and like get him to race him in Bugs Life?
Yeah.
Honestly, I
Oh.
quite
We can do that, yeah.
Don't say anything to Fraser. Yeah.
I won't.
Oh, sure, it's alright. We'll coach Fraser in Bugs Life.
I think Danta Fanta and probably Destabilize or Fraser will make it.
Yeah, I think it's between those two and maybe Skater. But then again, Charm Sky could come out of nowhere and just do well. And Fraser actually has won a few Disney speedruns back in the day,
Yeah, he
so
did.
maybe Fraser. This could maybe be an interesting group.
I'd
Yeah,
like to see if
yeah.
Charm Sky puts in like a similar amount of effort like she did in ISGP2 because she did put in a lot of effort in that tournament. So
Honestly, looking at the Group F chat, I don't think so.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
been
so-
what like
so
a couple of
some
hours.
people could say one thing and then do another, though. TK, you never know.
Yeah, like Charity. Yeah, definitely.
It's
I
smart.
liked it.
It's smart to do that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But from
Yeah.
what we can see, like a lot of people are not going to be taking it seriously. That doesn't mean they won't be taking it seriously. It'll just be how it pans out. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Danta, how do you see your group going?
Yes, I'm gonna be knocked out.
Yes, I'm going to
shit.
be fifth. I'm going to lose to Fraser.
Fraser's good at Monsters Inc. now.
Fraser's so
I'm going to
good.
Monster Inc.
Yeah.
now.
He just
I'm
knocks
good
you
at
like
Disney
out.
now.
Good at
Are
Disney
you?
dashing.
Nice. So there we have it. Those are the 6 groups for Disney Dash. Best of luck to all the competitors in each group. Now, just a few things we also want to make clear just on time limit for round 1 matches. It's minimum of 10 to 30 minutes. I believe we have agreed on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
The reason for that is because like as the rounds go on, they'll get progressively longer. It's very similar to the likes of ISGP, Wampa, and all that, where a similar sort of thing happened. It makes for like, as well as that, like it gets the goals like more contained, so we can learn bit by bit each game that we're playing, even if it ends up round 1 we're doing a lot of people will be doing mean games.
Yeah.
So yeah, that might actually help with the length too. Being
Absolutely.
short.
Yeah. And just another thing as well that for those of you who are here from either Wampa or ISGP, you might remember that we had a good few memory card races in these in both those tournaments. Now, memory card races are something that we will encourage, but it won't be taking mandatory status like the those tournaments because Disney has not been raced nearly as many times as Crash and Spyro. So
Yeah, definitely.
if you want to do a memory card race, that's great. If you want help with that, ask one of the mods so we can make a memory card for you. So, for example, if you want to do a Toy Story 2 race starting from alleys and gullies, and it's a race to, say, beat Toy Barn and Counter Boss, we can make you a memory card, and you can take it from there.
Yeah, exactly. And like Connor said, like because of the fact that not a lot of these games have been ran, you can get away with not needing a memory card like you would in, say, Crash or Spyro, where we have seen the beginning of so many of those games or specific levels so many times to the point where like we had to like a lot of the tournaments had to shake it up a bit with specific memory cards to start from different points in the game. So I don't think it matters as much in this tournament, but if you really, really don't want to start from the beginning of a certain game or whatever, like, you know, we can sort that out, no problem.
Yeah, just make sure that you and your competitor are happy with that.
Just make sure like it's a stipulation that you both agreed on. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys. Bendy's back.
Oh my god, this is actually the Bandy's back cast. Holy shit.
Yep. And we got this time. It's not like SGP. It's not
time,
real. This time it's real. It's definitely real.
With
This
dead
time-
serious here.
yeah.
This
Yes,
is
no.
back.
It is the actual Crash Bandy Spyro 12, not someone who just wrote down his name.
Wait,
Oh
really?
yeah.
I wonder who that was.
I wonder too.
Special shout out to Kolapro for actually getting them in the server and convincing him, you could say, to possibly join.
Yeah, so I think Bandy at the moment is down as a replacement. Also, Great by 789 has just said that he also wants to put his name down as a replacement. So, in case people do drop out,
Ooh,
that's
nice.
2 people right there to take their places.
There you go.
Yeah. And
Could you imagine how weird it would be if it turns out the whole time Bandy wasn't back? It was just a troll by Cola.
Cola dashing our hopes and dreams.
That's all that hard work that Cola did, and it was all for a meme.
For me.
I thought K. David is back.
No.
Oh.
No, because I haven't seen Subster with him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, and just want to bring attention to the runners as well that with the race channels that we've got a big race channel, but if you are one of those races that want to have only a couple of people in your races, that's fine. We have a smaller races talk channel, and do not worry, you will not be judged. If you want to just have, say, only 5 people, don't worry, you can just go in there and then we can set it then
That's
to only 5 people.
We can make accommodations as well for people that might have like anxiety, so this won't be like the other tournaments where the big nature of it sometimes can scare people off. We will make accommodations specifically for people like Marcus and Spyro Jonathan who might not be fond of big calls. We'll definitely take care of those competitors. Not a problem.
Guys, we lost Craig.
We lost Craig.
Oh shit.
What happened to him? Where did Craig go?
He just
Alright.
dropped.
Failed to join. Persistently failed to join. It may be an issue with the voice server.
Is there a backup though?
We got the backup.
Yeah, me, my shitty audio recording.
It's okay, we got Ratchet's back,
Fuck
don't
you,
worry.
Cotote. I mean,
Yeah,
fuck you,
Ratchet.
Craig. Yeah.
Well, we got most of Craig and Cotote, so it's okay. I think we're pretty settled. Take 2. But yes, don't worry that you can go into smaller races channel if that's your preference.
That is the general one that we would recommend going into.
Yes.
If you really, really don't feel up to big calls.
Yes, and also, guys, we encourage as well, please do not be criticizing other people's suggestions for runs. We've seen plenty of examples throughout the last 2 tournaments where runs have been criticized. Please, guys, if it's not your run, please don't be criticizing someone's race.
Yeah, definitely.
Just don't do a race.
You're only allowed to criticize your own run.
Just don't do a
We're
race
not
the
afraid to
100% or
kick
Andy's house.
people.
It's too short.
Yes, I agree with that.
Let's do a race to load up the emulator.
Race to eat Randall.
To listen to the soundtrack for Solid Man.
Race,
We're going to listen to Riverbed Canyon. That'll be the outro, Riverbed Canyon.
race
We'll listen
to
to it first, Solid Man.
any percent Tarzan round 1.
I mean, it's it's
calm
probably not a good idea.
In other words, just try and think outside the box. That's all we ask. But it doesn't need to
Absolutely.
be completely
Yeah.
creative. It could just be something that's a bit
We also
different to
we also have
average goals. Yeah.
bingos, don't we, for a couple of the games? I know, like
We do.
Oh,
Dalmatians.
yeah, we do have bingos for all of the mandatory games. If you guys want to do bingos, just message me.
And yeah, and
Um,
these bingo races can be done in pretty much almost every round. I would say.
Yeah.
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 Also, we can do Wheel of Fortune, like
Yeah.
Mr. Gamesendy's Wheel of Fortune.
Hey.
Yeah, it's also doable in every round. We can do timed races. And please, guys, if you do a timed race when you have like a point system, you should pick a tiebreaker for the race.
Yes.
Because if you end
Yeah.
up in a draw without tiebreaker,
Yeah.
you'll have to redo the race again.
Yeah.
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 Ooh.
And scavenger hunts are also races you can do as well. That's one thing we forgot to mention.
Which one?
Scavenger hunts,
Oh yeah, scavenger hunts. Yeah.
touch runs as well.
Yeah.
A few of the games would work really well with that. Case
Yeah.
in point, probably 102 Dalmatians actually.
You can do an ISGP race in the form of dash. Instead of spelling ISGP, you can spell dash.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. So there we go. That is it for the first episode of the Disney Cast. I'd like to thank all my guests, and I just want to say best of luck to everyone in this call. Best of luck to everyone competing in the tournament. And remember, the most important thing is to have fun. So there you go. Thank you to all my guests, and we shall see you soon for the next installment of the Disney Cast.
Yep,
Thank
great
you.
job, Connor. Thanks all for listening, and I hope you all enjoy some Disney dashing.
Yeah, if you made it this far, just type in the comment down below. F Ratchet. Yeah.
Goodbye, guys.
Have a good
Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Losers.